Hi there, everyone. It's Soul Super 17 here, and like usual, let me get this out of the way. I do not own anything from My Hero Academia or Seven Deadly Sins, and I do not own this picture. So, basically, I don't own any characters or this picture from those series. I'm just using them for fun, non paid video. Nothing I do will be for like money off of it, just for fun. Alright? Um, so last time I left off, it was when he got back to school, and he introduced himself as Bon. So in this one, it's gonna be like a past the sludge villain attack. So yeah, let me begin. So at least this could be a time skip. So 6 years into 6 years later time skip, and everybody knows that Deku is quirkless, but they don't know it's Deku. Only Katsuki knows. Everyone knows about he has these powers, so it's not a quirk. So they don't know what it is though. So they're just saying, "Oh, it's just a free." Some people are saying it's just a fib. He has a quirk. He's just lying. But you know, some people even ask Katsuki how is he at home, because some girls, let's just say, are interested in him because he had puberty. His voice sounds different. Like it sounds a little bit like Bond's and a little bit like Teenager Deku at once. So I don't know how that'll sound, but just imagine like a in between, hold up in one. Um, Sorry about that. That was my dad just calling me, but yeah. I'm still trying to. I didn't think about how his voice would be, but let's just say it's a little bit like Bond's, just so I don't have to think about it much. It's a little bit like Bond's, but yeah, that's it. So some girl, he has got a reputation to be the strongest because people have been fighting him, and he has helped out a lot of people. But he has also been just like laid back and acting a little bit mature. And some girls have actually asked him out. He just said, "Hold up, let me think about something." Yeah, that will work. He just says no, and they ask why. It's because, well, I got a little problem. I'm immortal, he just basically tells them. And they're like, what? But he really has find no, like, interest in no one, because he just knows people are just going to treat him differently. But he he knows that, but he just can't get over what his mom did. So he has very, very bad trust issues. Like, also, Bond told him to always be wary of everyone around him. Always try to be one step ahead of everyone. You know. So yeah, he hold up. Sorry about that, everyone. Just had to wait till my father leaves, but cause I don't like it when people talk in my videos. Basically, well, the background noise. I mean, what's that? I like to tell this, but anyways. So yeah, yeah. I'm at the part where I was feeling like people have asked, some girls have asked him out, and he says no. He just tells them he's immoral. They don't understand it, but it's also because he has a lot of like trust issues with people. Because his mother and Bond also taught him always to be wary. Like don't trust many people. So yeah, so that's why some girls ask Katsuki what's Bond's problem, and she like this is like on the last day in middle school, and she just goes like what, and they tell these are the girls who asked him out, which he had flat out denied. So they're like a little bit like jealous, like a little bit upset. he doesn't really do much to even get these girls to like him. That's the whole entire thing. But yeah, so he they just ask her flat out, does he have a girlfriend? And she says, Katsuki says no. Why? And then they all say, because we asked him out, he said no. And then she looks at basically Deku and, well, yeah, Deku and just looks back at them and says, wow, that's the reason why you only asked me this? Like, come on. Like, he doesn't want to date no one. Like, he has a past that he tries to keep hidden. And all the girls were like, what? And then she goes like, oh, he didn't tell them. Shit. This is like, like middle school, basically. So yeah, that's what is it, like what happened. And she doesn't tell them because, let's just say, is Zuku, well, Deku said to her, don't tell no one about my past. I'll tell them when I want to. Or if I don't tell them, then you don't tell them. So she remembers that, and she basically just tells them she can't say much more than that. And they all like, oh. And yeah, so the teacher does throw all the papers up. Came in, did the exact same thing he did, throws the papers up, and Katsuki gives a speech just saying like how she's gonna get in UA and that some of these people in here could like become potential like D, not yeah, ABC, B rank hero material, or like B rank hero sidekicks. They thought, Katsuki would have been a little bit mean, but, Deku changed her a little bit. So, then he says, oh, Bon was getting to UA, and then everyone looks at him, and Katsuki just grins, because she knew he already did, and he goes, yep, I got better to do with my life. Basically, I'm gonna be bored as I try to go to regular high school, so why not just become a hero? Everyone just kind of like starts laughing a little, including the teacher. And, well, because he did say something really funny, but everyone knows he's probably getting an UA, even though he's quirkless. So everyone doesn't say that, but they just laugh because he just saying how bored he will be in high school. Regular high school, so yeah. That was like in the morning, like, let's say the period before their lunch. So near like the end of the period, near the end of the day, it was like a free period. And some people, like Katsuki's friends, asked her, because even her friends asked out Deku. They saying like, "So, are you and Bon a thing?" And Katsuki just looks at them like, "What?" They like, "Well, you guys live together and you guys aren't related, so we just wanted to know." And she just asked them, "Did you ask him at one point?" And they say, "Yeah." And they're both girls too. Like her friends are girls, so yeah. She just sighs and says, no, we're not dating, or we're not gonna be together. He's my stepbrother. Like, that's wrong. And nobody, like, she knows who he really is, because nobody really remembered Izuku that well. So, yeah. And that's another reason why she doesn't like him, because he's Izuku Midoriya that she picked on. If she does like him, she'll feel guilty because of what she did. So yeah. And then the day happens. She asks Izuku, well, Bon, she says, hey Bon, you wanna go and hang out at like a place? Say arcade? He just Bon just looks says, nah, gotta go do some training. And she says, oh, okay. I'll see you at home then? He goes, yep, see you at home, Katsuki. He grabs his bag and walks off. Katsuki's like clenching her fist a little, and she doesn't know why. She feels a little bit upset, and she's thinking to herself, "Please don't be I'm actually falling for him." It'll be so weird. And no, no, no. And the other parts I would make it just be like she would fall for him. That's gonna happen. But those are gonna be the funny moments. So yeah, I understand that's gonna be the funny. Those are gonna be the funny moments in this series. So yeah, all right. So you know, he's taking a shortcut to his training grounds and is underneath the bridge that the sludge villain attacks. And the sludge villain, he walks by the manhole. He notices it, like it's open, and he's like thinking, "Oh, okay, something moved it. Not my problem." So he jumps over the hole, and then he's like near the middle. That's when the sludge villain comes out. He said, "Good kid, you're gonna be a good meat shield. Now give me your body." And then Deku just jumps forward, like, and he says, "Oh God, you're ugly, and you smell. Sorry, but I'm not in the mood to give my body to charity to the likes of you." He goes, "Hey, I know I was in a sewer, but come on. And also, I am not ugly." And this is the sludge villain who's saying it. He goes, "Yeah, well, you are." Dagger just says. So he just pulls out his right hand, and just says, "Physical hunt." And he just takes almost all of the sludge villain's stamina. And he's like on the ground, just like huffing and puffing. He goes, "What the?" And he goes, "Huh, wow, that was easy." And All Might comes in and says, "Haha, I am here." And then he sees Deku and the sludge villain. He goes, "Oh, already taken care of. Thank you, young man." He says, "No problem, All Might." He just pulls out a book from his backpack and says, "Hey, can you sign this?" And All Might just says, "Oh, yes." Because he still technically is a fanboy. Also, he just wasn't want to rub it in Katsuki's face. He got an autograph from All Might. So All Might signs it, and the sludge villain gets in the bottle. And while he's doing that, he just asks him, "So, All Might, well, quick question." He goes, "Oh, yes. Could a person with no quirk but with abilities get into UA?" He's just basically curious, so he asks. He goes, "No quirk but abilities? Yeah, it's like a power." Dexter just tells him. He goes, "Well then, maybe. I don't really know for sure, kid. But why are you asking?" Just for a friend or some kid I met. I forget. It was like a long time ago. And then he just says, "Well, if his powers or abilities are really strong, then sure. All right, I better be going now. Bye." And so he's like steaming and his powers, like depleting. He just jumps. It's like he put too much power to the jump. The bottle falls out of his pocket like in cannon without Deku there. And Kosuke, finds it, opens it up, and yeah, Sojourn attacks her. Um, oh crap! I made this video a little bit too freaking long. I mean, too. Okay, I'm gonna be going over 15 minutes on this one, so just cut this out of the way. So, right when Deku walked past the area where the sludge villain makes Katsuki or Bakugo would explode everything, like he'll hear the explosions. He's already there, and right when the explosions start, he he knows the explosions, so he goes over where they are, and there's already a crowd of people and some heroes. The same heroes in the anime. He sees Katsuki, and he's like wondering why is no one helping? Then he sees like the heroes, and they can't do nothing. He's like thinking, crap. All Might dropped the bottle, and now this happened. This is gonna be a pain. But then, he starts seeing Katsuki's eyes and they're crying, and then he hears the sludge villain, if you get any freaking closer, this girl will die. And that's when Deku is just pissed. He drops his bag, he walks, like, he's pushing his way through people, but when he gets near their heroes, he drops the bag and he actually goes through the water. And they're like, "Kid, what are you doing? This is dangerous. Get out of the..." And he just, like, when the one hero touches him, he just basically grabs the arm and throws him to the side. And people just see this and are going like, "What the heck?" Including the sludge villain. Katsuki's seen it, and she's like, she knows how strong he was, but still, that was like unreal. She thought she's thinking, "What she's being out here," and he goes, "Hey, sludge villain, it's me again." He goes, "Ah, it's you, brat. I'll kill you this time, because I got a stronger host than you. I got a better host than you that was so easily able to take over." And then he says, "Yeah, that's my friend. Well, my stepsister. So if you're gonna hurt her, you better be prepared to get your butt kicked." And the Sledgeman just laughs and says, "How are you?" And then he just remembers, he was like, "Crap." But he just holds out his left arm and just says, "Snatch." And Katsuki just was pulled out of the sludge villain. He catches her in his left arm, and then he just says, with his right hand out, "Physical hunt." And the sludge villain just drops to his knees. He gets a little bit buffer. I forgot to mention that when he did that. He's also taking the strength of the sludge villain. And Katsuki's like wondering, like, what's he gonna do? He just basically pulls out a 3-section staff, and he just starts whistling and just twirling one part of it, just like all casually. And while he's whistling, when he gets near the sludge, he just starts hitting him. Like, he only hits him like 3 to 4 times, and the sludge villain's already knocked out. And then he puts away his 3-section staff, and then he debuffs down, and he tells all the heroes, "You're welcome." And then he says snatch to his bag, and it comes to him. He goes over to where Katsuki is. He she was on the ground. No. She was standing up. He walks over to her and says, "So, let's go home." And yeah. Alright. Yeah, alright with that. And then, like, the heroes are gonna try to, like, tell him he shouldn't use his quirk. It was too dangerous, and he shouldn't have thrown a hero. Like, what type of quirk you have, and all that. And Deku just ignores them. He just grabs Katsuki's arm hand and just says, "So, let's just this place." And then he just says, "Silent hunt." And he just, or the move that he uses to, disappear. Like, so yeah, for Fox Cloak, I'm gonna make sure I get that right. If it's Silent Hunt or Fox Cloak, I'm gonna look that up. And that's where I'm gonna end it. Alright. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Alright, bye.